Okay, I am going to try to show you how to make this double coin knot on the front of a wrapped rock. So we're just going to be using some suede lace, kind of faux leather from the craft store. And this is going to get wrapped around. We're doing 2 straight wraps, then the knot, then 4 straight wraps, then the other half of the knot, and then 2 more straight wraps, and tucking them under on the back side to finish it off. So to measure out how much of the lace you're going to need, the way that I did this, it wraps around it 10 times total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 2 loops here needs a little bit extra. So I went and I wound this around 10 times, and then I did it 2 extra times for the coils, and then I added like maybe another foot just for good measure so that I had plenty of room to work on the tails on the back. I'm going to make this be the back of my rock, and this will be the front of my rock. And this one we're going to start, I think the easiest way to do this knot is to start from the middle. And so we're going to kind of fold your lace in half. I've got more than I need here. I probably have about 2 yards. So you're going to fold your lace in half, and we are going to start wrapping it from the middle. So I'm going to go and do 4 wraps here. So that would be 1, and then 2. This one is 3. And I'm going to use the bottom piece here for the second one. Now in this one, it matters which way you are wrapping because we need the tails to be a certain way. So here I wrapped so that it was going from left to right as opposed to right to left, wrapping it around. So we're gonna go and I've got my 4 middle wraps all done. I'm coming around here for a 5th. And so on the 5th, I am making a little loop. So I'm just gonna take and I'm gonna kind of pinch this and turn it over so that I've got a little loop. The bottom part of this loop needs to be, the bottom part needs to be underneath, or the part that's coming in from the left needs to be underneath, and then the part that is going out to the right needs to be on top. I'm just trying to get this so that my lacing wasn't too twisted here. It's just when I'm having a little trouble getting it to lay somewhat flat here. All right, so that is the half of the double coin half on the top. We're gonna do something similar on the bottom. We're gonna wrap this around and it's coming up this way. Again, keeping it kind of flat. We are gonna go over that loop, and then you're gonna find the end of this, and the end is gonna get tucked under there. So the end is gonna go right under there. You could use a little tool like that to lift it up a bit, or you could just loosen up that first coil to give yourself a little bit of slack there. Again, just trying to keep the lacing from getting too twisted up here in this process. So we've got it going over this loop, under this tail. We're going under that one, over this one, and then we're going, this loop has gotten a little small. Let me just increase the size of that to make it a little easier to see. So we're going, we've got this laying across the loop, then we're going under there, over this, under here, over, under, and out. So we're going over here, we're gonna go under, then we're gonna go over that part and under and through this part of the loop. Oh, whoops. Okay. So looks a little bit messy, but we've got the beginnings of our knot working here. So we've got, you can still see that first loop that you made is still there. And then the second one, we are just gonna pull kind of carefully. I'm gonna sort of pinch my fingers in here to keep it from distorting the shape of it too much. So we're gonna pull that through. So now we've got our basic double coin knot, and we need to tighten this up so that this side, this is the side that's coming around from underneath, we want this to be flat. So we really want the knot to be starting about there, not over here. On the bottom side, it's starting, or not the bottom, but the left side here, it's starting about right. Again, we just want to adjust this. We want to kind of adjust this knot so that it is nice and taut on those wrappings. Kind of gonna pull that there and pull that. This tail needs to stay over here. I still need, well, I think I still need to make this a little bit tighter. I'm gonna tighten up this one first, and then I need to tighten up this other, this side as well. So I'm gonna kind of pull that, tug on that a little bit, tug on that a little bit, and tug that. There. It's a pretty even knot. It's not as tight maybe as the caning gets, but it's fairly tight still where this tail leads in and over. It maybe is slightly off center still. Let's see if I can just fix that a little. Okay, so just takes a little bit of working the knots into the shape so that it's a nice square knot, so that it seems pretty even on both sides, so that it lays the way that you like. Then once we're at this point, I'm sure that I could keep playing with this knot for quite a bit to get it just the way that I wanted it, but I will try to not be too much of a perfectionist right here. So then you're going to take this tail and you're going to wrap it around once and twice, and again I'm keeping some pretty good tension on that, just to make sure that these last couple of wraps are fairly tight. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to use my my awl tool, and I'm going to take this lace and kind of fish that underneath. Now this isn't tense. Oh, that came right out. Sometimes this gets stuck on the leather there, a little bit worse than the caning does, because the caning is nice and firm, where this is kind of floppy. So I actually have my kind of needle nose pliers here that I can stick them under if I need to and grab and pull them back out. That one I did not need to. So you could then trim this tail, or I'm just gonna sort of set it aside for the moment. Then we're gonna do the same thing on this other, with this other tail. We're gonna go around it once and twice. And then on the back, I'm just gonna go under like 3 or 4 of these. Take the end of this, fish it through. Now here it is getting a little bit stuck on that. So I'm gonna take the needle nose pliers and just kind of stick them in here and catch this and pull it through. And then pull that taut. Now, you know, once you have that done, you can still work this a little bit to try to get it to lay the way that you want in the middle. You could, once you're sure that you like how it turns out, then I would say would be a good time to clip these end pieces. And so then this is what you're gonna get as the final result. This one I probably spent a little bit more time working on that knot to get it to look nice and even, but you've got the idea for how to do it. So can't wait to see what you come up with.